pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everybody, for joining us this evening. Welcome to the Bethany Leadership class. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So, welcome here. I hope you have agendas, everybody. Everybody get an agenda there? Yeah. Okay. Good deal. We'll try and walk through this and explain things as we go. At this time, we offer public input. Is there any public input? Seeing none, we'll move on to the amendments to the agenda from council members. Are there any amendments to the agenda as presented this evening? This is going to be a good night to be here. We're going to have you back in the dorm and record time. Moving on to the mayor's report. Again, welcome, Bethany class, and appreciate you being here. And anytime, ask questions. I'll try and explain things as we go along and go along. So I also want to announce that Betty Nelson is joining our 150th committee. So thank you, Betty, for stepping up and joining that. Lindsborg will be turning 150 years old in 2019, and we set up a committee. Betty's going to now pronounce for us.
150.
Sesquicentennial. And so, yeah. So we have a committee developed, and Betty's joining that committee to make arrangements and things we want to do to celebrate when that time comes for that year. I also spoke at, I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, I guess my husband's going to find out now.
Yeah. We also were on TV, Channel 13. I'm sure Jim's at home watching, so Jim, he's on the video. Had an opportunity yesterday to speak at Messiah Church, reference city business and that, and if there are other opportunities out there in the community or other areas, please let me know, and if I can't make it, I'll send my council president Rick to fill in for me at any time. So. That's all I really have on the mayor's report. Please refer to the November meetings. Be aware of those coming forward. Wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving and the holiday season that we started. Moving on to the consent agenda. These are items that are grouped together and are taken as one vote. Is there a motion on the consent agenda?
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call.
Becky?
Yes.
Emo?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Corey?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Blaine?
Yes.
Betty?
Yes.
Motion passed. We do roll call when there is money involved of any way. So that takes a roll call more than just a voice vote. This contained the payroll ordinance, as you see, purchase order ordinance, and the approval of the minutes. So that's the reason for the roll call there. Planning and zoning, Gary, anything?
Oh.
Old business, I see none. Under new business, we'll move into item 9A, the official city newspaper. Greg?
Annually, the city is to declare an official city newspaper. Lindsborg News Record has been serving in that capacity, making that recommendation again.
Motion to approve.
Second. So it's been moved and seconded to approve the Lindsborg News Record as the official city paper. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passed. Again, no ordinance or resolution and no money involved, so we can do roll call in that area. Item 9B, purchase order. I'm sorry. Item 9B, for a resolution 0715, Ocomin Trail TDE application. Is there a motion to approve this?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion from Gary Sugarman, who heads up our economic development and has been working for us to get the grant application into the state.
This is simply a requirement of the grant application, which is due on Friday. It authorizes the city, or directs Bill Taylor to sign the application, and it commits funding for the project, which we discussed at the last study session.
Gary, just for the purposes of our guest tonight, the funding will come from?
Well, it's a mix of sales tax, Greg, help me out.
What about the grant money?
Well, the grant is a KDOT grant, which matches 80% of a transportation enhancement project. In this case, it's a trail addition. You're familiar with the existing Valcomen Trail. It's a 2.5-mile trail through town on the old rail bed. You probably don't remember or never saw, but there used to be a railway. What we're proposing is to add about 1.5 miles to that trail. It's very expensive. It's $1 million project. KDOT will match 80% of that if we succeed in getting a grant.
Gary, what's KDOT stand for?
KDOT is the Kansas Department of Transportation.
And the grant extension heads east,
I'm
and
sorry.
the direction of the addition and where it connects.
Actually, it starts at your sports field and goes north and east under the overpass. It goes up to a residential neighborhood, travels south down to Wells Fargo, which is a 55-mile-an-hour road, no sidewalk, comes back into town, Pizza Hut, and then we have already built a 10-foot sidewalk in anticipation of this project from Harrison Pizza Hut over to the existing trail.
So now, what exactly needs to be improved in order for this to get done? Like, do you guys vote on it, and the community also, as far as the funding and stuff that needs to be done?
This particular item is a resolution which gives official consent from the city body, the governing body, to apply for the grant. It's a technicality of the grant application.
Go ahead and finish the rest of
And
it.
once the grant is submitted, it goes through a lengthy vetting process in Topeka. There will be a site visit. There will be a number of committee meetings. We'll probably be up against 50 to 70 other applications for various bike ped projects, safe routes to schools, scenic and environment projects. There will be stiff competition, but we feel like we have a good grant going in. We'll find out in the spring of 2016 whether we're successful, and from that point on, we'll have 20 months to spend the money.
And at that point, our funding does not take any city approval. I mean, the citizen approval. It's things that we budget for in different areas, whether it's sales tax, the different area, or the budgets we've already set up to come out of Greg, the city administrator, something here. Sales tax would be about $160,000. Capital improvement revenue would be about $60,000. Special parks, $45,000, and community, community development, industrial development, about $12,000. For our share, about $277,000. So it's something we would plan for. We have these different areas that we can pull revenue from to cover our share of the expenses. Yes.
I'm not sure if you guys have already gone over like everything as far as the details, because this is my first time here, but
Sure.
what exactly is the profit of expanding the trail throughout the city?
The Valcomen Trail was built in 2006, and it is one of the most popular expenditures that I think the city had in a number of years. We recently, in a survey, received high marks for the trail, community survey, and a desire from the public to expand the trail, to continue to build onto the trail. We had originally designed 8 phases for a very extensive trail system. It's been 10 years. It's time to build at least one of them. And this particular trail will serve future residential development in that area. Bethany Home has a large tract of land that they anticipate development on. And this will be an ideal exercise, recreational, and even transportation system for that development too. So we feel like it is a worthy project.
I think I'd like to add that not everything we do is about making something profitable. We have our revenue streams, our utilities. The trail is something we can do to improve the quality of life for our citizens. So that's obviously really important to us.
Good questions. Any other questions before we take a vote? Further discussion, council? Roll call, please.
Betty?
Yes.
Blaine?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Corey?
Yes.
David? Emo?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
The only time the mayor votes is in case of tie. So, item number 9C, wastewater treatment plant bridge core sample testing. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve $3,800 from Terracon. I'll ask Tim to come up and explain to us, Tim Dunn, our Public Works Director, explain exactly what we're looking at here and why we need to do this.
The beam crosses the, it's a beam, not a bridge, but same thing anyway. It crosses the aeration basin, which is the process in our wastewater plant, and holds up equipment. The beam is low towards the water. When the water's splashing up on it, we're getting some kind of chemical reaction on it. It's heated away. You hopefully saw the pictures in the Friday report. We've had an engineer working with us on it so far, but before we can actually get a firm commitment on repair of the item and engineering services, we need to get a test of the beam itself, a petrographic test, which is an in-depth analysis of the chemical and physical characteristics of a rock, in this case, core sample. So we need to run the test so that we can determine the extent of the problem and plan on remediation.
Okay?
I guess my question is, it sounds like this is something that needs to be replaced. Is there any doubt about that?
Oh, it would be extremely difficult to do that. I mean, of course it can be done, it would be very expensive, but for our preliminary estimates are around $30,000 fix.
Or is it concrete beam?
It's steel.
No, we plan to seal it and pressure inject epoxy into it. That's the preliminary plan that we need to have.
So you want it placed.
We do not intend to replace it.
So that's why we're spending $3,800 on an engineering study.
Yeah, it's an examination by a chemistry
Okay.
people instead of an engineer.
Okay.
Then they will tell the engineer what we have, and we'll make a plan on how to fix it.
I guess where I was going with my question, and where maybe Becky is following up, is are we looking at the potentiality that it wasn't a well-constructed beam?
Oh, there is no question. And
So-
unfortunately, the company that built it is out of business, and assets are out of the country.
Okay, so the test will reveal the extent of the damage and help determine if the bin is going to be
If
replaced.
we can actually replace or repair it. And if we can't, then it's going to be a big deal.
Just to clarify, you said the company that built it, you're talking about the company that fabricated the beam or that built
Yes.
the plant? Okay.
Pre-stressed.
Just,
That's the original beam from about 1980, isn't
No.
it? It's from the upgrade.
If it really comes to replacing the beam, I'm sure we'll have a discussion with Mr. Cassinis about.
Tim, will there be any discussion about, I mean, there's no chemicals or other things there that's causing this above and beyond? I mean, is there anything that is coming in or that potentially is causing that, or we could do different in the treatment process itself to stop that?
No, we've had concrete in this basin. The basin was built in the 80s.
The basin's holding up.
And it's never had a problem. This new beam is deteriorating, so,
And that beam was provided when?
about 4 years ago.
In 2010, during our upgrade of the wastewater treatment plant.
And we received federal funds to upgrade, didn't we?
We received some federal funds and majority federal funds, some state funds.
A lot of our own.
Yes.
Bottom line is, we have no one to go back against.
No, I'm not sure. If we can't fix it and we have to replace that beam, then yeah, I'm going back to the prime contractor.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be difficult, but for the money we're talking, I think it would be.
Is this a redundant basin? Do we have two?
Yeah, but they're all partial the same. This spans both.
Both bases?
There are two ovals, one side the other, and it spans.
I'm thinking of time. Okay, that's the other.
We can use one instead of the other, yes, we'll be fine.
Okay.
Hopefully we can make a
It's
replacement.
still true, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Are there other beams in the
No.
facility that could be facing
Not
this?
that anything's happening so far. This was a precast beam made off-site. It wasn't what they fabricated here on-site, so it's different. And apparently quality control, wherever that was built, wasn't there.
Does the contractor know at this point in time, and is there any way that they would be interested in sharing the cost of this core test?
No, they're not interested at all.
But I mean, is
Let me get
it,
the test done, and then let's see where we are. Let's see if we're hurt. If we can seal this with epoxy, it's
well, I guess, yes, that is exactly right, but then we're out with 3,800 plus the cost of repair for a beam that's 4
Well,
years
it's
old.
5 years since the project. It's out of warranty.
Mm.
But like I said, if we have to replace the beam, then we'll carry this discussion on.
And you have funds available in the sewer capital outlay fund to do this funding source. Additional questions, council members? Roll call, please.
Becky,
Yes.
Communist Party.
Yeah, we're all waiting for Jerry.
Yes.
Eamon.
Yes.
David.
Yes.
Corey.
Yes.
Rick. Yes. Blaine.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
This is one of those areas that takes a lot of money to run a sewer plant and, those kind of things. They aren't something the public sees and all that, but the public definitely appreciates it every day. So, what was our upgrade to that plant? The last one?
$5.3 million.
So, it takes a lot of money to keep the sewer plant going. Item number 10, we have no executive session. Item number 11, council, any others that we wish to discuss tonight?
National League of Cities meeting was a good meeting,
Great.
and we got to hear Vice President of the United States speak. And
He's good.
went to some good sessions, got back some ideas, got an idea for Betty. And Nashville is spicy.
Great. We actually had the National League of Cities meets throughout the United States, and we send representatives each year. This year, Councilman Anderson, Councilman Higby, and Councilman Martin went to represent the city along with Representative Gary Sherman from our Economic Development. So approximately 3 days, is that what it is? Different sessions, lots of things you can choose, what you want to go hear about, learn about, and as Becky said, bring back ideas and things to the community, and hope to see some of those into the future as we go.
It's always amazing to me when you go to those that you go into a session and it's billed as something for small cities. And small cities to a lot of these means 50,000 and under.
Right.
We walk in there and we're at 3,500, so we're, I guess, a really small city. But a lot of the issues are the same. So it's just up to us to kind of pick and choose and pick items out of that that we can bring back here.
And I think they've gotten some criticism that they needed to think smaller cities, so maybe 3,500, but we were talking 10,000,
Yeah.
15,000. And There were some really good presentations.
Yeah, when you talk to people and that they're a small city and they have 2,000 plus employees, you know, we've got 3,500 total population, so that's just a little bit different there.
One of the things, and I'm not being facetious when I say I enjoyed and got a lot out of this session we went to, but it was a gentleman who had written the book "If Mayors Rule the World," and there were a lot of good things in there. A lot of good things. You should read it. It was good though.
Saw a really cool extension of the skate park and how it was what was that thing called?
Pump track.
Thank you, pump track, that's what it was called. And it could just come off of the trail and then come into the skate park. And I think we brought back some information on that. It was really cool. It didn't look like it would be that terribly expensive to do, and there's plenty of land to do it, so it would just be an enhancement of the skate park. which I-
Dog park information?
Huh?
Any dog park information?
No.
I asked about it. Yeah. Chickens. Chickens.
Chickens?
Nothing about this.
No, we didn't talk about it.
Well, Mr. Mayor, I may add real quickly if I could that the Leadership Kansas program's coming to Lindsborg on Thursday. Thanks for the council president for agreeing to come. Sorry you couldn't make it, Bill, but we'll be able to showcase Lindsborg and Bethany and our J.O. Sundstrom Conference Center to a number of leaders from across Kansas. So I'm looking forward to showing off Lindsborg Thursday night.
Good.
I will definitely put in a good word for the mayor.
There you go.
Swedish dancers are going to come out and perform, so it should be fun.
Any others, council members?
Just real briefly, forgive for the benefit of our viewers, that we aren't hearing a lot of this for the very first time. We get a packet emailed to us every Friday called the Friday Report, so we can read over the proposals and the bids and the things like that. So it does help expedite the meeting here. We don't come into it just totally ignorant of what's going on.
The opportunity for council in item 11 under other is to bring items forward that they maybe want to have discussion on next time or have staff do research on that. So that is the reason for number 11 on the agenda. Are there any questions from the class? Anybody, anything? Before we get a motion to adjourn?
Brian started pulling water today.
Yeah, I think he finished. You talked to him about 3, while you talked to him later.
He finished pulling wire and he thought he'd be done by the end of the day tomorrow, if things go according to plan.
Wow.
What we're talking about is installing speakers in the downtown area. We've done our downtown improvement renovations, which I'm sure you've all seen now. There will be speakers that we're going to install to play music through, depending on the season, I guess. Predominant Swedish music, maybe. So,
A wide variety.
yeah, so a wide variety of music will be played.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second.
Been moved and seconded to adjourn. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Thank you all for being here. Okay, appreciate it. We do meet first in Nashville. If you need to come back, then you go.